Okay, I'm not even sure how to explain this, but I hope I can explain it because what's going on is way further ahead than I thought it was. I thought it might be going on, but I'm pretty sure it is now. Um, Give me a moment here and there through this because I didn't rehearse this. I'm just trying to get this out as I'm sitting here. So when you go online, and let's say you're looking at a video, doesn't matter what video, and someone in that video stands out to you. Maybe not in a good way or a bad way. They just stood out. Like somebody had too much makeup on, or someone looked like someone you used to know. That kind of stuff. What I see going on now is quite disturbing. And like I said, for the last couple years I thought it was going on. Couldn't pinpoint it and didn't really want to believe that it was that far ahead yet. I knew it was coming. Anyway, so you're looking at a video and something stands out to you. Someone, okay, in particular. Not necessarily because they're good looking, bad looking, just someone's face stood out. So now you're going in later in the day and you're looking around at other videos. And I think this is being done with the mainstream news even, okay? This is going to sound out there. But I know for a fact that we are already linked in, even if we don't want to be, some of us. Now, the people that have had the SHOTs, they are way linked into this. But, so you're watching another video, and the people they interview are not going to necessarily be the same people that someone else on a phone that is watching that same news briefing. If you know what I'm saying. Now, I have seen this happen numerous times today, which would mean that, when we look at the phone, expressions, this, that, and the other, right? I try to look at my phone at an angle. I don't as often as I should, but you definitely should because of what's coming at your forehead when you're looking straight at the phone. And that's why I don't do a lot of videos with me on them, because I'm facing the phone away from me and what have you. So if you understand what I'm saying, and I hope you do, they are helping themselves to our thoughts already. And we already know that, okay? We do already know that. Those of us that are awake know that these phones are reading your minds, so to speak, so far. But I think it's a little worse than that, folks, already. And if that made sense, leave me a comment if this has been happening to you. And, of course, if you're looking at a video, and this is what I'm getting at too. Let's say it's even a video of one of us that's exposing things. Let's say there is just for an example's sake, say there's a woman in it that caught your eye, or a man, and I'm not talking about beauty or not beauty here, nothing, no vanity, just someone that catches your eye. It won't be minutes later, even in commercials, if you pay attention, just even commercials, there'll be someone that looks very similar. And that will go on until you see something else that catches your eye. And it's not just people's faces. It's also, if you're watching a video and let's say you like to boat, and the video had nothing to do with boats, but there was one in the background, but it caught your eye. It won't be too much longer that day, or even right after that, as soon as you look to something else, that boat will be in the background. Now, I've never went out and said this yet, but I don't believe any of the people that are in the limelight are even actually here, to be quite honest with you. Not as you would think. Entities, okay? Shape-shifting, just garbage, right? We know that. But they are existing in plain sight, and this is going to get kind of deep, but I've seen this with my own eyes. We see things minute by minute, or even if you want to go by seconds, okay? There are time frames in between those seconds. A lot of time. Where am I going with this? They're here in plain sight, but it's like we have only the ability to watch things in play, slow-mo, reverse, and pause, okay? And when I say slow-mo, I mean slow motion in the typical slow motion. And within these milliseconds, fractions of seconds, their true identities are there. They're there, okay? On everything. Even in pieces of, I don't know what word to use. They're even on a billboard, okay? Driving down the highway. Yes, that leans into the movie They Live. And they are living off of us. That's plain and simple. But I don't think that your Trumps, your Bidens, your Harrises, any of these people all over this world are literally standing there anymore. We're looking at a projection. And I'm going to go a little further with that. A lot of the planes that I have been seeing lately, and I've seen plenty of the drone stuff, but the planes in the daytime that are spraying, if you'll look away from the plane, there'll be a brown orb away from your sight of the plane. It's like they know you look at this certain spectrum area of where the plane is at, but just below that, there's a brown orb with it. And I believe that's what's projecting things onto the nanoparticulates in the air that they have woven in here and that are just hanging in the air right now. Basically, that's a screen above us already, and I think a lot of us already know that. But where am I going with that? Like I said, I don't rehearse these, I just get on here. A lot of the chemtrails that you see are not there for the visual sight for somebody that's not even a quarter mile away. There's nothing in the sky. Nothing. I'm not saying you can't record them when you see them. Of course we can. But they are laid out on this veil. Or take a Venetian blinds, for example. You can make them to where you can see out, nobody can see in, or vice versa, okay? And this is being projected on there. These chemtrails are not just chemtrails. There are some of those planes out there actually spraying material. We've all seen it. If you go out at night with the flashlight, you'll see it in the air. Most of them are not chemtrails or planes. There's this brown orb, and it's not shiny. It's not something that I've been able to pick up on a camera. It's more of a dusty brown, like it almost looks like dirt, a wad of dirt. Okay, if you had got a ball of mud and it dried out, you know how that kind of looks like a tannish color. But anyway, back to the seeing people that will either resemble so much of someone you took notice of in a video in the rest of the videos you see that day. That means these things are linked in so far right now that the people with the SHOTs are going to see stuff they don't want to see, okay? If what I'm seeing, and I'm sure I'm seeing this happen, they are going to be able to manipulate them to no end. To no end. Because it's visually and audibly going to be there for them. Which means also on our side of it, these phones, I mean, really soon have got to go. They've got to go. Now, when I say that, that's in between you and the Lord. We have protection, but protection also comes with wisdom. You play with fire, you'll get burnt. There's simple facts here. We reap what we sow, right? So keep in mind, these phones, I am very sure, are linked in way further than we ever thought they were already.